Yep, I brought our audio in. Yep. All right. Let's see how we sound on the back end.
And testing.
Oh yeah, I'm not. It's not pulled up on YouTube yet. Hold up. Let me see.
Oh Lord, come on, come on.
What? No, it sounds good. I just hadn't pulled it up on YouTube to listen. The audio sounds balanced for once, actually. So yeah.
Sweet, sweet, sweet.
All right. What's going on, dear viewers? It's Grace's host, Kaine Walker, back with another episode of the Monkey Paw, episode 51. where we document the downfall of mainstream Western entertainment. I'm joined by my co-host, Soups. How you doing tonight, bro?
I'm doing great.
Nice.
We'll explain later why.
Yeah, we're going to leave that budding feeling of joy in the background for now as we discuss the emergent topics for the past couple weeks. To be honest with you, it's been a bit of a mixed bag. Anything dealing with entertainment is still on the up and coming side. Not really any further news, except for one thing that we'll get to here shortly. But there could not be a more random hodgepodge of topics to talk about. And it really is just because it came up at pretty much around the same time during the week. It's usually like something happening in gaming as a whole, or in movies as a whole, or in TV as a whole. But it's been, well, I guess technically we have two gaming topics and one television/movie topic, but still random stuff because it's all related to the same cultural ride we see all the time. Go ahead.
I was gonna say we're basically just a sporadic series of topics just around the last few months or last few weeks.
Yeah, no, it's not that. It's not outdated, really. It's just the past couple weeks. So I'm not gonna lie. I don't even know how to segue into this first one because it's something nobody asked for. Like, it's not even close to being on anybody's bingo card for any year ever. So like, I guess we're just gonna rip the top off of this can of worms, starting with this new post by Mojang. Give me 1 second to reposition this screen here. All right, so the official Minecraft Twitter page. I'm already laughing. Tweeted out this statement regarding an expansion that they dropped for the game in question, Minecraft.
Come on.
Want to change the world IRL? Start in Minecraft. In the free Good Trouble DLC, explore global civil rights movements, meet change makers, and learn how to stand up, speak out, and build a better world. Download from the Minecraft Market. And there's the Microsoft link. Does anyone notice anything odd about these civil rights figures? You know, if you look closely at the gestures they're making, you'll notice something very peculiar about the choice they made regarding these figures. Fuck it, I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you. Yeah, you know villagers in Minecraft, right?
No.
What's going on, Nick Klaus McLean?
I don't know, man. What?
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I don't know, man. I just can't seem to put my finger on it.
Oh no, it's not that they're black. It's that they chose a very specific character model for the civil rights leaders, and it's very ironic given what happens to this specific character model in Minecraft. Yeah, you know villagers and how people like to, you know, corral them and put them in cages and force them to trade with them. Yeah. So they made all the black people into what is essentially the slave race in Minecraft. I don't think they thought this through. There's already TikTok circulating of people enslaving these characters, I'm certain. I haven't seen any yet, but as what usually happens with harebrained decisions like these, they left the comments open for a couple hours and then they got fucking brigaded by people who don't like the decision, and then they shut the comments off. You know, first comment already, February 2nd, keep politics out of gaming. Had to double check that this was real, that this was the real Microsoft account or Minecraft account. Are you kidding? This is a game geared towards kids. Keep the propaganda out of it. This is the worst thing I've ever seen. By the way, if you're unsure of why it's being called propaganda, I have a follow-up article that I'm gonna read right after this. Look how they massacred my boy. Why did you not do this for Gaza? Ah, wow. All right, typical post-notch Minecraft moment. Oh yeah, and then CJ.
But it's
Oh shit,
it's
here we
just
go
never
again. Is that
enough.
CJ? Or is it just Black Steve? Never mind.
I think it's just Black Steve.
Can you play the oppressor? That would be cool. All right, these people are stupid. Propaganda, but for kids. I miss the old Minecraft that wasn't promoting identity politics in a kid's game. What do you miss? I miss the way I viewed the world before I knew too much about it. Oh, that shit is so deep, bro. Damn, that shit is deep. Oh my god, that's like my old school Facebook status right there. God damn. We're opening that up in a new tab. We're gonna save that one. God dang. Well, that hits too close to home. God damn. Go ahead.
I was gonna say that quote hurts to read.
It does.
That quote hurts to read.
God damn it, guys. What the fuck are you doing? Please, no politics and propaganda in my games. Woke is not dead. All right, that's another one. So that's another one we're gonna.
That one sounds like a bot. That sounds like AI.
Woke is not dead? No, I'm pretty sure this is just a Photoshop of something else saying Rock is not dead or something. But I'm not sure.
It's supposed to be a Photoshop from a movie called God is Not Dead.
God is not dead? Oh, okay. My bad.
Yeah, it was a Christian movie that came out a couple years back.
Okay. As much as I like this idea, people are going to mod this and make incredibly offensive videos that go straight to Instagram Reels. God, man, this man is Nostradamus. It's already happening. This isn't for regular Minecraft. It's the Bedrock edition, which is a port that you can't mod. I mod Bedrock edition all the time. I have both Java and Bedrock on my PC, and they are both moddable, just done in different ways. Literally. I like that even leftists understand that their virtue signaling is cringe to normies, and they will mock and make memes out of it. To be fair, you have a Ukrainian flag in your shit, bro. But maybe you're Ukrainian American. Maybe he's Ukrainian American. I'll give him that pass. Maybe that's the case. Looking forward to it. That's just too bad, isn't it, little dude? Go ahead.
I was gonna say we do occasionally see this kind of self-awareness, but it's way too minuscule, or the kind of self-awareness isn't popular enough.
Yeah, it's not popular, no. Why would you like this? It's a win-win. Oh, Lord, yeah, funny. It's a win-win on the offensive mods. Why the fuck would you like this idea? Ah, yes, and then the clown. Honk, honk. Amazing. And this is what it deserves, and you have nobody but yourself to blame. I'm so ready, LMFAO. I don't want to click that because it might be some bannable shit. All right, so you see basically the back. What do the quote tweets say, actually? What do they say? Can I see those? Oh, I can't interact with them, can I? Oh, view quotes. There they are. There it is. Oh, it's not even the quotes for the original post. My bad. That's what I meant to do. I want to view the quotes for this post. How do I do that? Can I do that? View post activity. Quotes. There we go. What the hell? I don't think it's letting me do it. Hold up.
Is it not?
Oh, never mind. Okay. Oh. Nope. No, I figured it out.
Is it a real thing? Oh.
Diversity. Oh no.
Oh no. Oh, that's dark.
Yeah, that is dark. Villagers will not replace us. Oh my god. Not only is everyone ignoring the fact that this launched in 2020, Oh shit. Really? But they secretly
I heard
changed
about
it since 2020. It used to have more content and a whole section about Black Lives Matter. Appears they removed it since founders are being investigated for fraud. Damn. Uh-oh. They got your ass. John Lewis, started by Alicia Garza, Patrice Cullors, and Opal Tometi. The Black Lives Matter movement has... bro, if you didn't believe this shit was propaganda, if you didn't...
Wait, that one... Okay, I'm being real. That one read like a parody meme. I for a sec I gaslit myself to thinking that was a meme.
Their mission for freedom, liberation, and justice for black people. Do you know why these women started the organization? Boy.
You get free shit?
Minecraft and Roblox now have ice raids and a scale model of Epstein's Island. Not. Oh my god.
No. What the hell?
I'm not clicking that. I'm not turning that on. This is why everyone is political now. You guys cannot stop forcing the message down people's throats, including children. When we are inundated all day long by political messaging, don't be surprised when we become political against the garbage you're pushing. I mean, that's the thing. When the other side is this, what's it called, all-encompassing, you kind of have no choice but to become political, even though your position really isn't. Like, our position is anti-politics, but somehow that is also political, which makes no fucking sense. But progressives will take every single thing you value, no matter how small and seemingly insignificant, and find a way to turn it against you and your family. Okay. Let the reader understand. What the fuck is this? Leash. Simple fabric. Dude.
It feels like
oh my god!
Paradox. What?
I'm not gonna explain that, bro. If y'all saw that on the screen, I'm not gonna explain that. I'm not explaining that one. I soft locked myself in the woman's suffrage state. Did I down? Oh, no. Okay, nope. All right, that's enough. All right, that's enough. That's enough. And Minecraft bite. Okay, that's enough. That's enough.
Oh, that is so hilarious.
That's enough.
That is so dark.
I should have known. If I scrolled long enough, I would find that shit. I'm not even gonna say what it was. All right, moving on. Ah, shit. Moving on. We're gonna read the article regarding the Good Trouble expansion directly from the Minecraft education website, education.minecraft.net. So, as you can see, explore social justice in Minecraft. What the fuck does this have to do with my block game? What does this have to do with it? Education edition with Good Trouble. It's a crucial moment in the ongoing movement for social justice. More and more calls for fair and equal participation in society are ringing out around the world. To help educators explore these important ideas with students, we're introducing a new set of resources designed to help your learners join the conversation around social justice. Oh, yeah, not a Minecraft player, so I'm lost about the tree. They showed you a piece. Never mind. I'm not going to explain that.
Not going to give the context.
No.
So,
At Minecraft Live, we announced Good Trouble, Lessons in Social Justice for Minecraft, Education Edition, along with a donation to the NAACP Legal Defense Fund. Today, we're announcing that the first lesson in Good Trouble is now live. This lesson, based on the life and teachings of civil rights leader and U.S. Congressman John Lewis, guides learners through historic and present-day social movements around the world. Lewis believed that being a catalyst for good trouble was a powerful way to help build a better world by encouraging others to speak out and stand up whenever they see injustice. Excuse me. One sec. Get started with lessons in good trouble here. Over the next several months, we'll be releasing more lessons centered on social justice, identity, social justice, identity, diversity, and inclusion. They are indoctrinating your kids. And then they wonder why people in the comment section were saying that shit and why they shut down the comment section on Twitter.
These people have not learned a thing.
I mean, that's by design. We want to make this content easy to access, so soon you'll be able to explore these activities in an all-new equity and inclusion category in our in-game library. To make sure as many learners as possible can access this important content. The world is also available in the education collection in the Minecraft marketplace. Excuse me. Available in all Bedrock versions of Minecraft. Any version that doesn't have addition in the name, Bedrock players will be able to access this world at no additional cost. Excuse me. How many lessons are on here? Oh, just one.
Sounds like one too many lessons.
Excuse me, y'all. Ooh. Lesson 1. Lessons in Good Trouble. Lessons in Good Trouble was developed in partnership with 3 educators from the U.S. with over 40 years of experience between them. Felisa Ford, Natasha Rachel, and Ken Shelton. This material also relied on support from Teaching Tolerance, a project of the Southern Poverty Law Center that provides free resources to support social justice and anti-bias education for K-12 schools. Not clicking there for a video. Excuse me. In this activity, students meet Congressman Lewis to learn about his philosophy, and the story of his life. Then they'll join him on a journey around the world and back in time to meet leaders of social justice movements who have had an impact on millions of lives. Students will start in modern-day America at a peaceful Black Lives Matter protest, where they'll learn about the movement.
Yeah, peaceful, totally peaceful.
Next, they'll encounter I can't pronounce that. I can't pronounce that.
You know, I think the better phrasing of it should have been mostly peaceful.
Fiery but mostly peaceful. Excuse me. Fuck. Next, they'll encounter Malala Yousafzai. I can't, bro. I'm sorry. They'll encounter Malala in Pakistan to learn about her courageous stand against the Taliban's ban on girls' education. Then students will travel to South Africa in the 1990s to meet Nelson Mandela and learn about apartheid. You know, apartheid also happened here, so I don't know why we'd have to travel to Africa for that. From there, students will visit crucial moments in 1960s segregation-era America to meet Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Rosa Parks, and the activists behind the Greensboro lunch counter sit-ins before visiting the Edmund Pettus Bridge in Selma. Why didn't they mention Malcolm X?
Yeah, why don't they mention him? It's, I mean, I was gonna comment and say these people are so obsessed with the 1960s. But yeah, now I wonder why they didn't bring up Malcolm X.
Moving on. Further back in time, learners will travel to colonial India to encounter Mahatma Gandhi. From India, students will visit Victorian-era London to meet Emmeline Pankhurst, who caused good trouble in her drive for women's voting rights.
Who is that?
Emmeline Pankhurst.
I I don't think I've ever been taught about her. I actually don't
I
know who
don't
that is.
know if I don't think this is a black woman. Hang on. I'm looking this shit up right now. Cause what would be funny? I'm gonna break this down. If this is a black woman, I'm gonna break this shit down. Hold up.
Look at
Cause
us doing our research.
it's actually very funny. Nope, white lady. Okay. All right. Yeah, that's what I thought. Why? Why? I thought this was about the civil rights movement. Unless they're broadening the term civil rights, which no one ever does when they talk about civil rights in America because it dealt with black people. Um, Guarantee they're not actually going to go over the full story about voting rights in general, but I guess we're going to talk about how, they didn't bomb any elementary schools for that.
Ooh.
The tour ends back on Black Lives Matter Plaza, where John Lewis stands alone, asking students to reflect on the social justice movements they've seen and answer his challenge to become a catalyst for good trouble in their own communities. Do you know what the fuck?
A catalyst, you mean? A catalyst, you say?
Do they not know what this implies, given the current state of what's been going on every time they cause some good trouble?
I mean, the fact that they're calling it good trouble is already a super high red flag, in my opinion.
Fiery but mostly peaceful good trouble. Excellent. Learners research and take... Go ahead.
They just love their wordplay. Sorry, that's all I wanted to say.
Learners research and take notes using the in-game book and quill as a good trouble journal, while they learn more about John Lewis and other social justice luminaries. They can also provide examples of how they've stood up for someone else in their own lives, encourage students to take a selfie next to the historical figure that resonates with them the most using the in-game camera, and add their selfie to their good trouble journal. Close the lesson by encouraging learners to share their reflections, either in person or through a Flipgrid video recording of their experience in the Good Trouble world. Get started with lessons in Good Trouble here. Take a shot every time they say Good Trouble. Over the next few months, keep an eye out for...
We're still going to be sober.
Over the next few months, keep an eye out for subsequent lessons that will provide a deeper look at each of these social movements and reveal some of the insights students can gain from studying historical milestones of social resistance. This material will raise difficult questions, but it's essential to help students navigate social justice in order to be a force for good. Join us in inspiring today's learners to build a better world. If you'd like to access these social justice resources, but you're new to Minecraft Education Edition, get started at education.minecraft.net. So yeah, who knows what the fuck is going on over at Microsoft, but this is atrocious.
I mean,
Go ahead.
I feel like given who owns Microsoft, that's a very dangerous omen of things to come.
Yeah. I have no idea what made them think this was a good idea, because I'm definitely pulling up an article about the backlash, and we're going to go through that. Because this is... I don't even know what to say. You would think that Minecraft would be the last thing to do this, but apparently not. Apparently they're not making enough money, and they decided to burn some. Excuse me. Apparently they're making too much money, and they decided to burn some. My bad. This next one is going to be coming from That Park Place. New Minecraft Civil Rights DLC draws backlash. For Black History Month, Minecraft has released civil rights themed downloadable content. The new education DLC, Lessons in Good Trouble, focuses on several historical leaders, including Congressman John Lewis, who coined the term good trouble. Uh, I really don't want to butcher her name. Malala, Nelson Mandela, Rosa Parks, and others. Minecraft has framed the market around want to change the world IRL, start in Minecraft, adding learn how to stand up, speak out, and build a better world. The marketing suggests the game is meant to be not only educational, but also instructional. Man, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of the implications of this phrase, and it just doesn't sit right. Want to change the world IRL, start in Minecraft. Adding, learn how to stand up, speak out, and build a better world. The marketing suggests the game is meant to be not only educational, but yeah, it's also meant to be instructional.
I think that's
What it comes across as.
Go
ahead.
I was gonna say this comes across as a getting the phrase "make your dreams into reality" into a whole other direction.
Well, it comes across as veiled incitement, is what I'm saying. It comes across as implied or veiled incitement because, again, don't just look at this phrase in a vacuum. Look at the usual suspects who parrot this sort of gibberish. Look at their response to everything whenever something doesn't go their way, and then read this. Want to change the world, starting in Minecraft. Meant to not only be educational, but also instructional. This is the kind of subliminal messaging that is the most destructive and corrosive to all of society. Because people are going to get old enough to draw this parallel. Because they're going to be following the same information pipeline from Minecraft all the way to academia. All the way to the peaceful protest. What the fuck do I know? Anyway, just a teaching tool or something more? Lessons in Good Trouble was developed with support from Teaching Tolerance, a project of the Southern Poverty Law Center. A walkthrough of the DLC explains that students start at a modern-day Black Lives Matter protest before traveling through time and around the world, meeting other civil rights leaders. The game ends with students being challenged to become a catalyst for good trouble in their own communities. A teaching guide on Minecraft's education website provides a list of learning objectives that can be paired with the DLC. It says that the lesson uses historical events and leadership principles to help students understand how civic action, moral courage, and good trouble have shaped society, and how similar principles can guide their own actions today. Classroom instructors looking to incorporate the DLC into their civil rights lesson plans are encouraged to supplement the Minecraft world with real-life photos and news clippings. It's also suggested that teachers include local movements to draw parallels. See? Not even they include local movements to draw parallels. Didn't I fucking call it? Obviously, you're not meant to read it in the way I am. But how the fuck else are you supposed to take it if you've been paying attention to what's been going on? Use the Summer of Love.
That's why they target the kids.
Use the Summer of Love, a local movement, to draw parallels. Oh, Lord. All right.
Yeah. That's why they target the kids, because they don't understand that fiery but mostly peaceful isn't actually peaceful.
That was the most dystopian shit ever. There is no war in Ba Sing Se. Exactly. Yeah,
For
good
real.
grief. One of the performance expectations is that by the end, students will be able to reflect on how they can be catalysts for civic action in their own contexts. Man, I do not like this language they're using at all.
Their own context?
This material will raise difficult questions. Minecraft Education posted on this blog, but it's essential to help students navigate social justice in order to be a force for good. However, the decision to blend politics with education and sandbox gameplay is receiving backlash. Online reaction. Many users noted that a civil rights DLC would be inappropriately memed by the Minecraft player base because The Minecraft player base is gamers, and gamers do not care about being offensive. Others simply objected to politics and propaganda in what has traditionally been viewed as escapist entertainment. Yeah, as usual. That's been the objection for the past 10 fucking years.
I was gonna say traditionally viewed. It is the view. It is.
Yeah,
About it.
traditionally been viewed. I hate when people do this to things. I hate when people do this to historically established things as if they somehow changed. They haven't. They have not changed. This is still meant for escapism. It has not changed. We keep telling you that, and you keep doing the opposite. And I'm not talking to that Park Place. I'm talking to the nebulous figures who take this shit out of context. They take the mediums that we enjoy out of their proper contexts in order to make them into Trojan horses and vehicles for political propaganda to feed to fucking children. But anyway, let's read some comments. I'd be under the assumption that Minecraft was a thing people played for escapist reasons, looking to forget the burdens of this world by forging their own one in a crazy fantasy world for a small respite in life. Guess you guys must have market research saying otherwise. Of course they fucking don't. I can't read that, but this guy here said that. Comments on the Twitter post announcing the add-on have been turned off.
I thought that name said on guard, but I was so wrong on that.
I mean, on Gurand something. I can't pronounce that. Oh, look, they did that thing where they're being inclusive and open-minded, but locked the comments. Yeah, exactly. The official game trailer on the Minecraft Education YouTube page, which was posted January 2025, has been heavily ratioed with 3,300 downvotes compared to only 711 upvotes. Probably more now. Commenting is still open, and most of the posts are negative or questioning if the DLC is some sort of joke. Go ahead.
Even get 711 upvotes? That's my question.
I mean, because people agree with them. It's just that the silent majority over the years is finally starting to speak up, which they should have done eons ago, but you know. This is what's happening around the world in the West right now, is that people have not been more vocal about what they do not stand for and what they do not support, and they're showing that shit at their elections. But for some reason, even though the overwhelming majority is voting no to this nonsense, the government is still acting against their interests. The same thing's happening in the fucking entertainment industry. It's a direct parallel. Coincidence? I fucking think not. It's happening in Europe. Excuse me. I meant yes, Europe, but I meant to say fucking England. It's happening in England, France, fucking maybe even Australia. I haven't looked much into Australia. It's happening here for fucking sure, though less so because we still have, guns and the Constitution reminding people that we have rights, not that the rights come from the paper, etc. But the majority of regular people who aren't into this dystopian farce are speaking out. And you can see it in the polls across these Western nations. But again, the big question you really need to be asking is, why does this persist even though nobody wants it? How does it continue to persist even though nobody fucking wants it?
Yeah, that's a good question. Although I feel like we've discovered one of the answers about that a while back.
We've discovered several government-funded games. Remember that shit? Did we talk about that? Did we talk about that on the podcast? The Amelia thing. We talked about that?
Amelia, no, but government-funded games in the past, Yes. Or no, not games. It was movies. That's what it
No,
was.
no, it was games.
Government funded entertainment back then. No, because I thought it was back to Disney that we were talking about the government involvement. But
Okay, well
we just never talked about it.
that was Disney by itself. Even though, yeah, they're definitely in cahoots with the state. We were talking specifically at the time about we were talking about that, and we also talked about government-funded games and initiatives that are funded by your tax dollars to put in all this garbage with diversity, inclusion, all of that, accessibility in gaming, and all the other garbage. Like all of that shit is being used. Your tax dollars are being used to fund all that shit. Hang on. Malcolm X might be too radical for the, bad PR. Yep. Yeah, if people actually bothered to research his ideology, it's actually not as radical as they may think, but what does feminism have to do with Black history? Exactly. I have no idea. That British lady for women's rights is included in a fucking Black History Month DLC. Did I repeat myself? I don't know. You know what I was trying to say. But yeah, it's 1000% propaganda, and they're basically not. Listen, to the trained eye, it's plain to see it's propaganda, but they're still using the veiled language that someone who's not inundated with their tactics would fall for. I hate how schizo that sounds, but it's the truth.
It's not schizo. It's just that some people are not as analytical or as self-aware. So I'm guessing
Yeah.
that's who they're targeting.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's literally a DLC aimed at kids, bro. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
Anyway, last paragraph of the article. The big question. How the intended audience for a Minecraft Civil Rights DLC will respond remains to be seen. Remains to be seen. Oh, the intended audience. The people who are aiming this shit at do not play Minecraft. Okay, well, that's not entirely true. But the vast majority of people who play Minecraft are not they're not checking for this fucking DLC. They're not. If Minecraft becomes part of the school curriculum, many young gamers could go looking for something that's just fun. This is not where it ends. This is not where the fuck it ends, bro. I fully expect a Fortnite education program trying to teach kids about transitions coming soon. I fully anticipate that shit. I fully anticipate it.
I was gonna say on even regular Minecraft, I would not want to see that being taught in schools. But for this particular thing, that's even worse. Also, please don't make me think of Fortnite, because
I don't like the idea.
I can imagine like, transmorphic character designs just dancing with freaking pride colors in the background. Like
Bro.
I already hate Fortnite. I don't want to think of that.
Bro. Kids who play video games do not like the idea of you using a video game to teach them something, because that's not what it's for. It's not what the fuck it's for. Like, if you had Gears of War, right? And Marcus Phoenix is trying to teach them about women's rights. I just want you to picture that shit in your mind's eye and get a full grasp of how ridiculous that shit sounds. This is a fucking clown show, dude. I have no idea what they're doing. I can't wait to see some of those TikToks, though. Oh my god, wait. Okay, never mind. The police with the dogs and the fire hoses, I think they're villagers too. They're not even player skins. Anyway, that's the first topic for tonight. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section. I feel like we've gone on long enough about that. And we can get to the other topics here shortly. This isn't even subtle at all. It really isn't. It is if you don't know. Because, like, if we go back to the Minecraft article, which I X'd out of, unfortunately. If we were to go back to that Minecraft article, the language they use, it is subliminal. And it's not direct at all. You know what I mean? It's encouraging kids to stand up and speak out. It's meant to be instructional and educational, and you're meant to draw parallels to local movements, leaving out that local movements involve arson, theft, violence against police, and innocent bystanders caught in the crossfire, wearing masks to disguise your identity. Leaving all of that shit out. Robbing the Apple store, the Nike store, setting shit on fire. We're leaving all of that out. Blocking traffic.
Before we go to the next topic.
Yeah, go ahead.
I just want to read a comment that Rudy made. He asked, when is Minecraft going to release an Epstein Island DLC?
Brother, that is a mod. They've made full-scale models of Epstein's Island in Minecraft and Roblox, apparently. Apparently. I don't know that for certain. I haven't laid eyes on it, but that's what I heard. I don't know if that's true or not. But, yeah. Anyway, this next topic is another one I really don't know how to segue into, but actually I do. How often do we talk about the excuses that get made whenever you take a historically white character and you change them into another race? What are the main excuses you hear? You know, the race isn't important to the character. What would change? Nothing changes if you change their skin color. It's not a big deal, bro. Yada yada, blah blah blah. You just hate brown people, like all of that shit, right? Go ahead.
Here's my favorite. Here's my favorite one that people say. It's not about the skin color. It's about if they can act.
Oh yeah. They love that one. The best person for the job. Yeah, because the acting chops matter more than the actor looking like the figure they're portraying. That was never true, and it never will be. That's never been how Hollywood has historically operated either. Them deviating only for white people from what the character looks like is recent. So what are they talking about? The best person for the job. I guess all those years where they had no problem finding a white person that looked like this white character, and all the time that they find a black person that looks like the black character with no issues at all, and they never have to call in someone who's not black to play them, was all just bullshit. And, you know, they just got lucky. Right. Anyway, time to bring in the latest travesty. So yeah, there's a new Helen of Troy movie coming out, and guess who's playing Helen?
Yep.
Yeah, but Mina, at least if it was nepotism, even if it was nepotism back in the day, if you want to say that, at least in Hollywood's infancy and its golden age, classically white characters from other mediums looked like themselves. They looked like how they were supposed to look. They didn't try to change James Bond, who's a white guy, into a black woman. They didn't do that. They let characters from their original mediums be who they were for fucking decades until recently, for whatever reason. Sit down, Kaine. A black woman is talking. Holy shit. So, so, so anyway, you can see the art. You can see the narrative that's being spun about people's backlash over this, right? Lupita Nyong'o
Yes, I can.
is being targeted with racist backlash online over rumors she will play Helen of Troy in Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey. Is it a rumor? Is it a rumor? I don't think that's what a rumor is.
I was gonna say, sounds pretty spot on for a rumor. I mean,
All
can't
I'm
really say that.
saying, hey man,
Otherwise, I mean, look at the resemblance, Kaine.
all I'm saying is if it's a lie, I didn't tell it. But anyway. But while Elon Musk and others claim that casting a black actor in the role is an insult to Homer, they miss a key point. Helen was a mythological demigod birthed from an egg. Like, look at this shit. Any excuse on earth.
Like that makes any difference?
T'Challa is a comic book character. What's your point? They're not real.
This excuse we can actually. By this excuse, we can finally cast Ryan Gosling as Black Panther. That'd be great.
That'd be fucking hilarious. Who is that dude who said, so anyway, I started blasting? What is his name?
Danny DeVito.
Yeah, Danny DeVito is Shaft. Wouldn't you like that? Danny DeVito is Black Dynamite. Yeah, man. Why haven't we gotten that movie yet? I say he's the best person for the job.
Right? I mean, just look at the resemblance. They're practically twins.
I almost choked on my soda when you said that shit. Oh my god. How do they keep getting away with this? Like, this is so incredibly disingenuous. Oh my god. You're forgetting that Helen of Troy, she's a demigod. She came out of an egg, so why can't she be black? Gee, I don't know. Because her father isn't. Because Zeus is not black.
Can you buy this logic?
Because it's not a character was originally written. Go ahead.
By this logic, since Wonder Woman was born from clay, she should be played by a man now.
Michael Jai White is Wonder Woman. I would unironically watch that. I'm not gonna lie. Michael Jai White is Wonder Woman. That would be a fucking hilarious movie. Anyway. U.S. and British actors such as Matt Damon and Tom Holland have faced little to no criticism for appearing in the film based on a Greek myth. What the fuck does that have to do with anything? What does that have to do with? I hate these people so much. I hate these people so fucking much.
This is
God, bro. He's from America and he's British. Why don't you have a problem with them? Maybe because they can pass for the characters they play. Character? Maybe. I don't even know what characters they're playing. But maybe they can pass for the characters. Like, oh man. This shit is getting fucking tiresome, dog. I think only a Greek demigod who was hatched from an egg should play Helen of Troy for historical accuracy. Exactly. Exactly. Do you see how retarded this gets? See how retarded this shit. Hey guys, Zeus here. I approve of his casting of. Shut up. So does everyone have to be white? Does everybody have to be white? Y'all made Jesus white and got away. I'm gonna stop reading the comments. All I know, you know what? I don't even want to read the rest of the Instagram comments. Anyway, let's read some of these slides. While Nwongo and other black actors have been targeted for being cast in films about Greek mythology, why can't they just say criticized, bro? Why can't they just say criticized?
Are we still reading from this page, or are you on the other one now?
No, I'm reading from this page.
Oh, wait, never mind.
While Nwongo and other black actors have been targeted for being cast in films about Greek mythology, there has been little outcry over the non-Greek white actors in the film, like Matt Damon and Tom Holland. Like, look at this disingenuous bullshit, bro. You know what? I have to scroll to see if I can find at least one comment, like, actually talking sense. Because this is complete fucking sophistry, and I will not stand for it. There is no way they are this retarded.
So, like, by their logic, only Greek people, like actual Greek people, can.
We have never, ever. Do you know how many British motherfuckers play characters, and then I don't even know they're British until an interview or some shit? I'm not trying to hear this. We have never hailed that as a standard. Ever.
Yeah, basically Daredevil.
They should just hire a bunch of gay Greek men who you would feel terrified if they offered. Rudy, what the fuck? Anyway. Some users claimed Helen's portrayal by blonde actors like Diane Kruger are more accurate for a story set in Greece, but Kruger is German. Who gives a fuck? What does that have to do? The fact that they're focusing on nationality to dodge the obvious skin color issue is so very telling. It's so very fucking telling, bro. What we're talking about is the likeness of Helen, you fucking idiots. But you know this. That's why this is like grade A S-class rage bait. Because they know what the fuck people are complaining about. They just churn out bullshit like this anyway. It's blatant lies. And you can't say these aren't lies. There's no way they believe this shit. They don't. It is unreasonable to think that anyone believes this shit. Excuse me. To date, the only Greek actor to portray Helen in a major film was Irene Pappas, who was brunette. And dye her hair blonde. Like, I hate these people. Like, they're so full of shit. Their eyes are brown. Oh, I'm not signing in. I'm going to just see if I can find a comment. Insult to the author. God, what an uneducated take steeped in modernity, as if Greek mythology was Homer's intellectual property and not a pluricentric collection of tales that he and probably several others collected and said blah 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 blah. All I know is I see his name on the books. That's what I see. I don't even think the comments are gonna load, unfortunately. But I just want I just want to see one person actually talk sense in the comment section about this stupid shit.
Honestly, man, you're on Instagram, so it's gonna be like a 50-50 chance.
That shit's not gonna happen.
You might as well just go to the
go to
the next part.
Yeah, might as well do that.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. Let me get the article up after I try my luck one more time.
I think you should just go. You
Damn.
should just go to the article at this point.
Anyway. This one is going to be from the Hungarian Conservative, which you can't see because the top part's cut off. Helen of Troy to be portrayed by a black actress in new Odyssey movie. Oh, it's an Odyssey movie. It's not even about Troy. Okay. It seems the race swapping trend in Hollywood just does not want to die. Even after the box office disaster that was Disney's Latina Snow White movie last year, there is yet another person of color set to portray a traditionally white character in an upcoming major production. This time, it is one of the great epics of the earliest European literature, Homer's Odyssey, and the mythical figure of Helen of Troy that gets the Hollywood treatment. Universal Pictures' feature film adaptation of the story of Odysseus, is set to be released this summer. It is directed by British filmmaker Christopher Nolan, best known for his 2008 picture, The Dark Knight. Christopher Nolan is directing this. Dear God. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, Snow White flop. However, it is not this personnel choice that turned heads.
Which is, a real shame.
You cut out. Soups? Soups. No. No, Soups, are you there? Soups. All right, he's reconnected. You can bring yourself on stage, but I guess I'll accept your. There you go.
I'm here.
All right, good. All right,
yeah,
okay.
The connection's screwed up on me.
No problem. All right. But yeah, you were talking about Snow White flopping. Which we all saw coming, of course. Hello?
Yeah, I was gonna say in regards to Christopher Nolan directing. I mean, he wasn't my favorite director, but to see.
Cut out again.
Hello?
You're going robotic.
Hello?
Go ahead. Say it again.
Oh my fucking god. Hello?
Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Hello?
Yes?
Am I coming through?
Yes, you are. You're coming through.
Okay, just want to say, okay. In regards to Christopher Nolan, he wasn't my favorite director.
God damn it, bro.
It heavily disappoints me because I actually did like Dark Knight, much like many of you. So to see him just kind of bending the knee to the DEI thing is just disheartening.
Yeah. It really is. It really is.
But I'm still online with him though.
Okay, I'm going to pick back up on the next line. However, it is not this personnel choice that turned heads. Rather, it was the casting of Kenyan-Mexican actress Lupita Nyong'o of 12 Years a Slave and Black Panther fame in the role of Helen of Troy that has garnered quite a lot of unpleasant attention. Didn't they try to cast a black chick as Juliet too? What did they expect? Anyway. World's richest man Elon Musk has also chimed in on his own social media platform as he often does in cultural debates. In a thread about the odd casting choice, he wrote, Chris Nolan has lost his integrity in the replies, receiving over 25,000 likes. Okay, so Vitriol. Helen of Troy was fair-skinned, blonde, and the face that launched 1,000 ships because she was so beautiful that men started a war over her. Casting choices that make the premise incoherent are admissions that the story was never the point and an insult to the author. Christopher Nolan already ruined the Odyssey. Casting Lupita Nyong'o as Helen of Troy is absolutely disgusting and goes directly against what was written thousands of years ago. You know what I hate is that people are going to take absolutely disgusting out of context to try and make it seem like Chrissy Mayer was calling Lupita disgusting when that's not at all what she's saying. She's saying the act of miscasting a character on purpose to diverge away from their likeness, white woman, is disgusting. Because it is. It's white erasure, yet again. So attached on how Helen of Troy was written about, it's pretty specific. See attached on how Helen of Troy was written about, it's pretty specific. I'll view this post on my own time. And then Elon Musk. Chris Nolan has lost his integrity. In the original Odyssey by Homer, written in the in the 8th, 7th century BC, Helen of Troy is featured only briefly, given that the narrative takes place after the Trojan War, in which she was a key figure. According to the ancient Greek mythology, Helen is the daughter of the god Zeus and the mortal woman Leda, queen of Sparta. She is said to be the most beautiful woman on earth, whose abduction by the Trojan prince Paris prompted the Trojan War. This, however, is mostly described in the Iliad, another epic poem by Odyssey author Homer. As for physical descriptions, she is explicitly referred to as fair in the Iliad, which suggests she had light skin. She is also repeatedly compared to goddesses, who in turn are described as white-armed. Consequently, her character has been portrayed by white actresses in previous famous films. In the 1924 silent film Helena, she was played by Italian actress Edie Darkley. I think that's how that's pronounced. Or is it Edie Darkley? While in the 1956 American-French-Italian co-produced picture Helen of Troy, she was played by Rosanna Podesta, another actress native to Italy. In ancient visual arts such as fresco in Pompeii, Italy.
Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce that name either.
Yeah, I have no idea. She's also painted in the figure of white, brown-haired woman. I feel like that's like a broken sentence, but we're going to move on. This is very logical as it falls in line with European beauty standards at the time of the Odyssey's writing. Universal Pictures needs to be careful not to alienate large parts of its potential audience, as its upcoming Odyssey movie has a massive production budget of $250 million. There are plenty of cautionary tales of a similar fashion to pay heed to. Bro, they don't care.
That sounds like $250 million going down the drain.
It's not about the money. It's about sending a message. When will you get it? In addition to the 2025 Snow White movie.
Yeah, somehow Chris Nolan either forgot that or he's willingly implicating it.
I mean, or they just wrote a check. They just wrote a check. I'm willing to believe they just wrote a check. My thing is, how come no artists have any integrity anymore? Like, no actors or artists or, writers will just straight up refuse projects because that's not the original intent of the person who created this property. You know what I mean? It's kind of disgusting to see. Like, I haven't heard any news of someone going, I'm not playing this character because this character is white. You know what I mean? Like, this character, like, why are you asking me to play this character when that's not when I don't look like the character? We've never heard anyone come out and say anything like that ever. We haven't heard any directors turn down movies because you want to cast people that don't look like the characters. We haven't heard anything like that. It is extremely disheartening to never hear any news of the sort happening. I mean, we know why. It's because everyone's in on the scam, but still. In addition to the 2025 Snow White movie cited above, in 2023, the streaming giant Netflix released its original series, Queen Cleopatra. Cleopatra, another female figure of mythical beauty, was portrayed by another black actress, Adele James. What made matters worse that time was that Cleopatra
ended just as well as Snow White.
I forgot about Cleopatra, if I'm being honest. I completely forgot about it. I remember reading something about it in passing, I believe. We might have mentioned it on the show, but that shit went to the shadow realm. I'm just now hearing about it again in this article. In Hollywood, if you refuse, you get canned, losing job opportunities. I mean, at this point, with as much money as these people have made, you'd think they've parlayed their funds into other ventures. You know what I mean? Like, they should be able to make at least 100 grand a year passive. At least. You know what I mean? But just by having it in the, just having a couple million in the stock market or a few million in the stock market. Bro, you can set up weekly payments from your stock portfolio, by the way. You could do that. So, you know, not getting job opportunities, is it about the money or is it about them stroking their own egos? Who knows? Robert Downey Jr. goodbye in apartment.
So I was saying, like,
go ahead.
If they should have gone independent by now with the amount of money that they made. So why stick around in Hollywood?
Rudy says Robert Downey Jr. could buy an apartment complex or a dozen, live off the money, and still have a Lamborghini. Put the rest in the gold and dividends. Yeah, exactly. I have to believe it's not about the money for them. It's about the fame and the acclaim and the other shit. It can't be about the money anymore. Which I don't disagree with. At some point, it has to be about more than just the money once you actually get the money. Because you're not hungry anymore. It has to be about something else.
Maybe they're hungry for something else.
I mean, that's what your motivation is supposed to change after, you know, you're well fed and you made your millions. A lot of people start out with the passion itself and then just get the money, but you know what I mean. It's a hellhole. I wouldn't be surprised if these big players would have debts on their heads. Besides, why does every movie have to have both DI and big name actors? It's the same big name actors, bro. It was Tom Holland, Lupita, and who else was who is that? Who is this guy?
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon. Yeah, like it's like we're seeing the same actors in like everything. It's actually getting annoying. And it's not even people you want to see.
This movie, but I'm getting tired of seeing Zendaya.
There used to be a time where you'll see a certain actor in a film and you'd be like, oh, this shit's gonna be good. Not anymore, bro. Now you see him and you're like, oh, this is gonna be ass. It's the exact opposite. Oh man.
That's basic.
I didn't hear a word of that, man.
I said that's how I feel about Zendaya in any movie these days. Am I coming through?
You are now, yeah. I heard your comment about Zendaya. I'm not gonna lie. I'm
Hello?
feeling that. I'm feeling that way about Tom too. Her are they married? Her boyfriend, husband, one of them. I'm feeling that way about him too.
They're dating. They're not married.
Oh, okay. I feel that way about Tom Holland too. Either way, but anyway, to continue on, what made matters worse that time was that Cleopatra was an actual historical figure, which they still made excuses for because they seem to think there's some sort of debate about whether or not Cleopatra was black, and she was not. Cleopatra was an actual historical figure with well-documented Greek ancestry, thus her skin was provably not black, rather either white or light olive. This depiction of the Egyptian queen angered audiences in her home country of Egypt, the most even prompting a public response from a former minister of antiques of Egypt, who dismissed the series as false history. Yeah, exactly. The Netflix series ended up becoming a massive flop and sits on a 1.2 audience rating on IMDb. Also, there is that trend of people upsetting distant cultures from other countries, like with the Yasuke thing and the Cleopatra thing. No doubt, the same thing is probably going to happen with this shit. They don't care. They don't care. They think our political theater is the thing making us look like clowns. Wow, that is true. More so, it's our cultural depictions of everything, including our own home properties, that's making us look like clowns. Because I'm pretty sure we still have the most exported entertainment. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure we still do. And the majority of it is like
Yeah,
woke
we do.
slop. The majority of it is woke slop. Like everyone knows our movie theaters are dying. I never thought I'd be alive to see an entire like multiple industries are being killed actually, but especially movies. Like I remember being able to go to the movie theater pretty much every week or whenever I wanted, pretty much, and there's always something playing, and I mean something interesting playing. There's basically nothing now. When's the last time you felt motivated to go to the movie theater? I can't talk tonight. I don't know what it is. When's the last time you felt motivated? God damn it! To get up and go to the movie theater. It's been a while for me too, bro. I have not felt motivated to go to the movie theater. I have not.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I think that's the end of the article.
So,
Yeah, that's the end of the article. But yeah, that's kind of the. Go ahead.
also, we hit the topic.
What'd you
We
say?
hit the end of the topic.
We did. By the way, I didn't realize this, but I guess our first two topics had something to do with Black History. I did not plan that. Did not plan that.
Would it take it? Would it really? Would the second one really be considered Black History?
It's talking about a black woman. It counts.
I guess that counts for something. Also, I hate to do this. I hate to do this, but my time and battery is starting to run out. Can I make the announcement I wanted to do now before I get cut off?
Oh, absolutely. This is the perfect time. We're in the middle of the final segment anyway. Go ahead.
Yeah, because after this, my battery's probably gonna die. But I have enough to do this.
Yep.
So I want to announce more properly this time. My first ever book, Seeds of the Next Century, is officially published now. It is available both ebook and paperback on Amazon. It is my pride and joy, and if you guys like fiction, especially post-apocalypse stories, I think you will love it. I also have another announcement I want to make while I'm at it. As of now, I have made my own YouTube channel with my very own first video. It just check under Salvador Reyes, same pen name that I use,
Mm-hmm.
and check it out.
All right, folks, you heard him. I'm dropping his links in the chat now for you guys to browse at your leisure. Unfortunately, I can't pin both. Actually, let me see. Let me see if I can pin
Rudy
both.
says I. Rudy says I cut out there. Did they hear what I was trying to say, or did you hear what I was trying to say too?
I heard what you were about to say, or what you were trying to say. That's why I'm putting your book in the chat and I'm pinning it to the top. And also, what I'm gonna do is put shit. Where's your channel link? You should give me that so I can put that in the chat.
Actually, yeah, good question. Let me give that to you real quick. It see.
And don't worry if they missed anything. I'll go back over the announcement for you because you're gonna be talking about it anyway.
I'm gonna I'm gonna send it to you right now on the stream chat, the back end. I'm gonna
Cool.
ping it right now.
Cool. All right. That's actually not a bad thumbnail to me. All right, guys.
I owe that to the artist. Oh God, what a
Oh yeah, he
godsend.
did a great job. He did a great job on that art piece. But yeah, guys, go ahead and show Soups some love. There's his channel link, and he'll be posting content soon. The circle is expanding.
Yep, another one shall join the fray.
Yep. I definitely encourage more people who are in the middle of creating any sort of works to make a channel. I mean, honestly, just make a channel so that we can kind of collab on whatever, to be honest, just for the fun of it. We just have chats and whatnot. It's a great outlet, for sure. I'm going to recommend that everybody do... Go ahead.
I was gonna say, yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to actually, well, some way somehow with time I have, I'm gonna look into all those topics I've been wanting to do myself, and see if I can talk about them now on my channel. Now that they've started.
All right, so I'm gonna recommend everybody.
Have to use the podcast to vent about stuff I hate. Sorry.
You're good. I'm gonna recommend everybody do what I didn't do because I didn't know. If you're gonna be live streaming, make a separate channel. Apparently, that shit kills your channel for whatever reason that YouTube did not and does not explain. It hurts your channel because YouTube hates when you do different things. Apparently, so yeah, if you're gonna be live streaming, I would suggest making a separate channel unless you already have a following or something like that. You just don't care. Yeah. I'm still gonna stream on this channel. I don't give a shit. This was supposed to be like this was supposed to be a digital footprint for me, like a hub for people to come who did know about me. It wasn't really meant for. I did not anticipate me blowing up or any of that shit. I knew better. That's why I have a job. But yeah.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, at least I can try and help any of us that want to make channels do better than I did. But yeah, I'm glad you got your workout. I'm next. I'm not gonna announce it yet, but I'm next. Keep watching. No, I'm saying, and congratulations.
Don't worry, I'm next. Ain't nobody. You're just like, I'm next now. No, nobody's stepping. No one's stepping over me this time. No one's skipping me.
I mean, if people have shorter stories and they put their stuff out next, okay. But you know what I mean? Like I'm getting my book out too. But yeah, congratulations. I'm actually very happy about you publishing your book, man. It's been a while, huh? Been a
Thank you.
wild ride.
Really, it's been a wild ride, especially with you as my editor. It was a hell of a journey making this book.
It was.
Okay, I'm gonna have to start signing off early, unfortunately. But thank you for having me on as usual, and thank you so much for helping me make the book and helping to promote it
No
to my
problem, man.
channel.
No problem. That's why I started Cosmogod. I wanted to help people be the solution to the problem with our current cultural climate when it comes to entertainment. So yeah, man, happy to do it.
All right, peace out, everyone.
Peace out. If any of you in the audience would like a hand editing your own works, please see the links in the description to find our local Discord server, Castle Cosmogoth. Haha. Yes, I am plugging my Discord server, and I am shilling. I'm shilling hard, but I'm dead serious about helping you write better. I do believe in that. That was one of the key motivations behind me starting this channel as well. So, again, if you need help with that, links in the description. But anyway, back to the podcast. I want to say, though, I appreciate everybody being here. Thank y'all for watching. Tell your friends, all that good stuff. Final topic for tonight. It's kind of light. We heard about this game. We saw it at the Game Awards. We knew immediately it would fail. And this is coming as zero shock to literally anyone with a brain between the ears. So yeah, this next one is going to be coming from The Gamer. High Guard's failures shouldn't matter this much. And I decided to read it from this perspective because I just thought it'd be interesting to see people who are running interference from this game and how the gears turn in their head. What's going on, Jimbo? Thanks for watching. Right, so High Guard was there. Hang on. High Guard was there, and now already it seems it has gone. Just 2 days after it launched, it is out of Steam's top 200 games, despite a solid launch at 97,000 peak players. I thought it broke 100K. It never did. Oh, okay. It feels like it was never really here. I wrote in the wake of this launch that the early success was a surprise. I mean, that's not uncommon. A new game comes out, you'll see a massive influx of players if your marketing was halfway decent, and that's the honeymoon period where people are trying out the game. Unfortunately, the honeymoon period for High Guard didn't last that long. It was an immediate nightmare for players, apparently. But the real battle was yet to come. Now that battle is over and High Guard is lost. What the fuck is up with all these commas? If you hear me like stuttering and pausing, there's like a bunch of commas in this shit. And what you're supposed to do when you see a comma is pause. But it's really fucking me up because a lot of these commas don't need to fucking be here. They just don't. I'm sorry. I'm not sure it could have gone any other way. What we're talking about is essentially a group of developers who left Apex Legends and despise Apex Legends still being successful. Why? Decided to make their own game that is very similar to Apex Legends. Again, why? Why would you be a part of something that was wildly successful, despise it, and then go on to make a Temu offshoot of that thing you despise that was very successful? It doesn't really make any sense to me. My bad. I got sidetracked by Jimbo's comment about the darkness. I actually really like the darkness. I love the darkness series and both games that were put out about it too. Great games, especially Darkness 2. I know there are bigger maps and a huge sword and mounts and lots of what if Apex but sort of changes. But the foundation of what if Apex but game is making a game that is fundamental. I really hate the way they're writing right now. I know there are bigger maps and a huge sword and mounts and lots of what if Apex but sort of changes, but the foundation of a what if Apex but game is making a game that is fundamentally like Apex Legends. Yeah, exactly. It was just another hero shooter. I mean, or Overwatch. You know, it was another hero shooter except bland, hodgepodge, and somehow also generic. It didn't really feel like it knew what it wanted to be because it was clinging to this fantasy. It's not doing sci-fi fantasy correctly in the way you'd see it with Warhammer 40K or even the first Descendant. It was literally taking science fiction and putting it right next to fantasy shit and not blending them together at all. Like in sci-fi fantasy, you'd see like a cyber dragon or some shit. You know what I mean? In Warhammer 40K, there is magic, but there's also magically augmented space marines who use technology. There's robots with souls. I think they have souls. I think the Mechanicus have souls. Correct me if I'm wrong, Warhammer fans. I'm sorry. You know, High Guard didn't really properly make an actual sci-fi fantasy setting. So it just came off like an amalgamation of shit. Also, the character designs weren't really that good, except for that one female character that everyone liked. Too bad the game didn't last that long. Anyway. This is why the reaction to High Guard has confused me a little bit. It's never nice to see a game fail, and I understand that its closing slot at the Game Awards cast a large spotlight on it, but I'm not sure getting the single biggest marketing slot available in gaming that other studios would eat their own intestines for. Man, I really don't like their writing style. It's worthy of sympathy just because the game wasn't worth the hype. I do get why High Guard's high-profile failure is drawing commiserations and defensiveness from other developers. I'm just not sure what a game that's just like Apex but offers the world. I mean, yeah. I wish that people would get this idea about other clone genres, like Souls games and Smash clones. I really, really wish. And I'm not going to lie, in some cases, even Metroidvania, because now I'm starting to see a lot of Metroidvania that are just straight up carbon copies of both Mega Man and Castlevania and Ninja Gaiden and fucking how the fuck did I forget Metroid's name? I'm seeing it seems like new developers are forgetting how to be inspired without being derivative. Like they just haven't quite figured that out. It's like reading an essay and writing that shit in your own words. Like it's like they never figured out how to do that. Things like that is where creativity comes from. You have to be able to look at something and figure out what's missing. But sometimes, oh shit, sorry about that. But sometimes when you look at certain genres like fighting games, whatever Sakurai did with Smash, fucking, what else? Hero shooters. Well, I could use Castlevania again. And Castlevania, like, there's, like, trying to find out what's missing in genres like that, they're just so unique. Oh, yeah, Dark Souls and Bloodborne, all them shits. Trying to find out what's missing in genres like that are so unique that they have their own class is virtually impossible. The only thing people will ever see if you ever try to fly too close to those specific suns is the thing that they saw elsewhere, but better. Soulsborns do lack air combos. You know, there is a game that's coming out that I actually funded funded a Kickstarter for called Ghost Vanguard. Talk about a game that is inspired without being derivative. Like, that game is inspired by a lot of different genres, but it is a hack and slash. It's inspired by a lot of things within that same vein, and it feels like its own thing, even though it's reminiscent of others. It's very hard to explain, and you would have to get your hands on Ghost Vanguard to know what I'm talking about. But you can see a lot of elements of things it feels familiar, but it also feels distinct, if that makes sense. Moving on. There are too many games like High Guard for this to matter. Part of me struggles to believe that High Guard was the passion project it was billed as. After all, we're so quick to deride these sorts of games as soullessly enforced by corporate overlords when major studios push them. See Suicide Squad, Concord, Crucible, Marvel's Avengers, Anthem. See, that's where you're wrong. Marvel's Avengers actually was well received. Actually, these last two are horrible examples. Marvel's Avengers and Anthem were well received. They just didn't get the proper support they needed. For the last two, the developers literally just shot themselves in the foot. Because one of them didn't want to listen to the actual player base. Like, I mean the actual player base, as in people who play video games and don't get online and just LARP. And the other one had no idea what they wanted to be, which I have no idea how. You have flying mech suits, your game plays like Iron Man, you have a loot system. I really don't know how you fuck a game like Anthem up, but it happened. But these last two are just bad examples. They did fail, not like Suicide Squad or Concord, or I don't even know what Crucible is, but it didn't fail like the two in the back. But when an indie studio tries it, it's somehow less of a money grab. I mean, I have to interject here. See, when an indie studio tries it, it is less of a money grab because, I mean, they're not attached to an entity. Usually. Now, I don't know much about I almost called it Concord. I don't know much about the High Guard team. I can barely remember this fucking game's name because it literally came and went. But if they are truly an indie studio, it wasn't a cash grab. It was just a poor decision. They tried to sell a new product, or I don't want to say create a niche because I don't believe that's what they were doing. They tried to put forth a product that is too similar to other things like it in a market that's already saturated. Like people already have all the hero shooters they can stand. Which is funny because I can literally only think of like 3 of them. Apex, Overwatch, Marvel Rivals. And I'm pretty sure there's more. Those are just only the 3 I can remember. But hero shooters are absolutely a saturated market, even though I can remember only 3 of them. And High Guard didn't do enough to attract people to it. It didn't. The first thing they fucked up on was character design. The characters weren't cool enough or sexy enough. Except for maybe that one female character. She was fine. Why didn't you take that same philosophy and make other characters? I don't know. Because this guy in the fucking promotional material looks way too fucking generic. He's not cool enough. Like, compare him to Ajax from the first Descendant. It's not even close. Oh yeah. No, you're right. What would Apex be like a extraction shooter, something like that? You're right. You're right. Apex is not. Well, it kind of is a hero shooter because of the classes, but I get what you're saying. It's like a hybrid type thing. I get what you're saying. Battle Royale with loadouts. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Because Overwatch and Marvel Rivals, they have a different formula in which, you have tanks and tank shredders and DPS. And I get what you're saying. Because Overwatch and Marvel Rivals don't have that extraction, that type of, hop out of the battle bus type shit. They don't have that. That's not how it's meant to be played. See, now I'm mixing up the shooting genres. Hunt is an extraction shooter. Yeah, I get what you're saying. My bad. Yeah, battle royale with loadouts. Moving on, and true, High Guard is not stuffed with microtransactions, but it still feels like a choice made solely because this genre has proven to be popular. Now we're complaining about there not being microtransactions? Or it's a problem? Like there's no microtransactions, but that's only because I thought y'all hated microtransactions. You can't have it both ways. The devs have made a success of this before, and only the money went to EA. Why shouldn't they do it again? Only this time they keep the money. I mean, because unfortunately, they arrived too late. They arrived too late and underprepared. Like the last in and the worst dressed. Of course, this is a very harsh read. Some people love playing these sorts of games, so it stands to reason that people love making them. And it stands to even greater reason that people who have made them before would love making them again. So let's call it a passion project. Now what? There are dozens of games launching every week that are passion projects, made on smaller budgets, without the megaphone of Jeff Keighley, and with far more creative ideas. A live service flopping isn't all that interesting. In fact, it's par for the course these days. Matter of fact, the fact that they launched it as a live service game is probably another major reason why it failed. People are sick to their stomach of live service. This always online, must be connected to the internet crap. That looks like Agrabota. Oh boy. Is it because Wild Light has a foot in the door the way far is it because Wild Light has a foot in the door the way far riskier games do not? Is all of this talk about giving the game a chance really only about giving this especially safe game made with nothing much to say a chance? Do devs that consider profit margins deserve more love than those creating for the sheer thrill? Games fail. It's sad, but in Highguard's case, it's not a shock. It was never a shock. We saw this game and immediately knew it would be a flop. Like, it took no time. Unfortunately, we do not owe Highguard our support. What? Unfortunately, what? What, you're gonna make us support this shit? You gonna take our money? The fuck do you mean by unfortunately we do not owe Highguard our support? Anyway, this was why I found remarks made by Swin Vink, I don't know how to pronounce that, a director of Baldur's Gate 3, so troubling. His feelings that some entity should evaluate critics to test their mettle suggested that critics were either wrong about Highguard by default simply because they did not like it, or worse, should be punished for the crime of giving their opinion on a video game because the truth made someone feel bad. I could point out that everyone always says games journalists know nothing anyway, and if they truly believe that, they should stop caring what numbers we give things. I could point out that this system would easily be abused, but instead I will simply say that he is wrong. For the record, we don't give a fuck about the numbers that you give things. We don't care. The only problem I have with the numbers you give things is that somehow 7 out of 10 is a mediocre game, which doesn't make any fucking sense. That's 3 points away from 10. 5 is a mediocre game because it is equally as far from being the worst as it is from being the best. And that just makes fucking sense. But for some reason, because of IGN and people like you, 7 is now the mediocre number, which makes no fucking sense. Like 7 should be an above average game. Like 7 is a solid game that I would recommend to people. I would recommend them pay for it full price with their own money. But somehow 7 is mediocre. That shit never made any sense to me. Highgar reminds me of Outriders, generic name with generic aesthetic. I need a game like Necrovision, The Darkness 1 and 2, and Painkiller OG. What the fuck ever happened to Outriders, man? Like another game that came and went. Wasn't that like a loot shooter or something? Unfortunately, man, fuck Highguard. It's unfortunate that I can't get a Darkness 3 game. Unfortunately, we don't have a new Twisted Metal game or a new American McGee Alice game. Shit. It's too bad Alice Madness is locked behind some kind of EA bullshit. I've never played that game, and I want to. I've wanted to for a while. Never got to. Or a new Dissidia game, or Dante's Inferno 2. Dante's Inferno 2 would be fire. Oh yeah, Dissidia, the better Smash Bros. Okay, I won't say that. I won't say it's the better Smash Bros. Smash Bros is pretty good. Really good, actually. Smash Bros is a fucking masterfully created video game. I'm just biased because I like Dissidia better. I just like the way it plays better. It feels more serious. I'm an edgelord. Sue me. And don't fights end by KO in Dissidia? Alice Madness Returns is on Steam? Oh shit, I had no idea. I should go look at that. I thought that shit was locked behind EA something or something. Yeah, the first one apparently is, but if that game is available for me to buy, you've just told me some great news. Anyway, at the time of writing, Highguard sits at 65 out of 100 on Metacritic, considerably higher than the 2 out of 10 it has from players. And when Vink made these remarks, it had a single review that scored it 86. Why did he score it 86? For what reason? The game didn't have mechanics that were unique enough for you to give it this score at launch day. Brother, Bulletstorm should have a higher score than fucking Highguard. I don't know if y'all remember Bulletstorm, but that game actually tried to be different with what it was doing with its shooting mechanics. It tried so hard, it just didn't have enough guns. That game needed way more guns and PvP. Anyway, that game could have probably like been something like a first-person Gears of War if they actually bothered to support it. But anyway, the previews were mostly positive, and as previews tend to be given, critics evaluate their individual moments with the game over a short session, rather than considering whether this is something they would continue to sink dozens of hours into the coming weeks and months. And that's the sign of a horrible fucking critic. A critic that lacks the ability of foresight should not be critiquing anything. You should never, if it's a multiplayer game of this scale, you should absolutely never relegate your experience with the game to your first session. Ever. You should absolutely be sitting there playing high guard thinking, is this something that I could reasonably sink dozens of hours into for weeks and months? That's the first thing you should be thinking of for a game like this. It makes me hard. It makes me hard. I did not mean to say that. It's hard to believe. It's hard to believe that he gave this game an 86. It's hard to believe he gave this game an 86 without thinking about the long-term implications of how long you'd be playing this. My bad. That fucking Speako was so bad it fucked up my train of thought. I did not mean to say that shit. God damn. But yeah. You get what I was trying to say. This all feels like the antithesis of Vink's impassioned point at the Game Awards 2024 when he implored studios to trust developer creativity, to prioritize art over profit, to embolden new ideas. They are not doing that shit, bro. This is what's really funny. He says this and then gives High Guard an 86. What about that game was creative, bro? I didn't even know they locked the weapon wheel in Bulletstorm behind New Game Plus. That sounds ridiculous. I did play that game. It's just been forever. Like, fucking forever. Is that game even still available for purchase? Atlas Madness is $2.50. Shit, you ain't got to tell me twice. He goes on to say High Guard may be the article goes on to say High Guard may be a product of passion, but if that passion produces a duck that quacks like a dozen other empty AAA live service ventures, what's the difference? I mean, yeah, exactly. But here's the thing. It doesn't even quack like the other ducks. It quacks worse. Like, it quacks way worse than the other ducks. Which is saying a lot, because Overwatch has been hell-bent on killing its brand. Like, waterboarding the shit out of it. It wasn't critics hating High Guard. It was as a collective force, the world. And when you put out a game like this, one made to simulate the successes of its incredibly similar siblings, driven by pie charts of player retention and hopeful rising graphs of profit cycles, you are by design trying to please everyone all of the time. If we're not pleased by it, that's neither our fault nor our problem. Oh, shit. This article surprised me, because usually the gamer is on some bullshit, but... Well, I still believe they are on some bullshit, because they said, unfortunately, we don't owe High Guard our support. What the fuck is unfortunately doing there? Oh shit, Bulletstorm is on Steam. All right, I'm going to read a few comments and then I'm going to get out of here. Incog. Live service games failing really should just be routine. Take me back to when we could buy a game and play it with friends instead of leasing one and contending sweaty strangers on the internet. That's what I'm talking about, man. Couch co-op, the way of the fucking dinosaur. Having a console, well, actually, no, you can Bluetooth multiple controllers to your console still. But again, what's the fucking use? There's no co-op games. There is no couch co-op or split screen or any of that shit anymore. Because they stopped caring. They stopped making the player the center. They're prioritizing other shit. They don't care about prioritizing the player experience anymore. They care about extracting more money from your fucking wallet. Like the days of buying a complete game with all the content you could ever want are over. Like you buy the game day one and you don't need shit else. Are over. That being said, I'm obviously not talking about DLC used properly in that, something like what From Software does, because they're a really good example, where they give you a fucking complete experience in the to begin with, in the way of Dark Souls, Bloodborne, Demon Souls, and Elden Ring, and then months and months later, maybe a year or two later, here's some extra content if you want it. You know what I mean? That's DLC being used properly. But that's not even what we're doing anymore for the majority of games that are coming out now. And yet, here we are, not even wondering how we got here. We've been down this path before. We passed by all the familiar signs. We knew what lied ahead. Maybe the question should then become, why didn't we listen when everyone told us that this is how it was going to play out? Yeah, exactly. I mean, we always found ourselves here. I don't know if anyone else is used to being the person with the foresight that says, hey, this isn't going to work, and just stand idly by, defeated, as you watch them ignore everything you say, do it anyway, and exactly what the fuck you said would go wrong, went wrong. But yeah, this is just that same thing again. It's the same thing again. Next one from Tom. Well, what else can you expect, seeing how they brought in people who made Concord? They did bring in Concord devs, didn't they? Wow. Which was an absolute failure of a game, and really thought, hey, let's do that again. What's the worst that could happen? And to nobody's surprise, the game failed just as badly. Sure, it may have more players. It's free compared to Concord being priced at $40, but overall, it's not really bringing in anything new, with some people playing one match only to be done and uninstall the game. I mean, who was even the target audience for this game? The people who wanted Titanfall 3, former Concord players? Personally, it would have been better and more lucrative if they went with Titanfall 3 instead of spending all their time on this, seeing how poorly it turned out. I give this game a few months, maybe 6, and that's being generous, because I don't see this game with such a really low player count to last a few years. They'd be better off cutting their losses with this one. Wasn't Concord like the fastest shutdown game in history or something? I have to check my facts on that, but Concord's failure was unprecedented. Like, we've never seen a game of its scale fail that hard and that swiftly. Like, ever. All right, so this comment has nothing to do with anything. I'm not going to read that. Y'all see. Foodie Bletch. Bob Frankly. Although the player count has dropped its peak in the last 24 hours, it's still 12,000 on Steam, which was the same as the day before. That presumably puts it around 25,000 across all platforms. I'm not defending the game in any way, but that seems like an acceptable level given everything that the devs have said, very specifically on this site, I think. Solid take. It is weird that Vink has taken it upon himself to be the voice of indie games when Larian, a 500 plus person studio, barely counts as indie in the traditional sense. Okay, so it's another one of those. The same thing that happened with Expedition 33, where they're called an indie game when the studio is not even indie. But everybody wants to say, well, technically, we know what indie means, bro. Indie is 3 dudes in a garage with their shitty computers making a video game. We know what indie is. We know what the spirit of indie is. You can't fool us. We know what it is. Indie is the shit that happened with Hollow Knight and fucking Silk Song. That's 3 dudes doing that shit. I think maybe they outsource some voice actors and artists and shit, but it's 3 dudes like coding for the game at least. Hell, maybe they do the art. I gotta look up how the work at Team Cherry actually gets done while I'm over here talking about ass. But anyway, High Guard just feels different than other recent passion projects like Silk Song or Clair Obscur. Like there's no soul there, or at least it's buried pretty deep. So yeah, that's all the topics for the week. As you can see, no wing of entertainment is improving as per usual. And I read these articles just to make sure everyone's finger is firmly on the pulse of what's going on in our treasured pastimes. And hopefully to encourage some of y'all to actually be the solution to the cultural rot present within them. But I think that's going to be it for me. Once again, thank you guys for watching. I'm in the middle of editing a 2-hour long video. It's almost done. I'll have my first video non-stream for the year up. And then I think after that, I'm going to get to work on finishing the Devil May Cry review because I still want to finish that. I just want to finish that. So, yeah. This has been your episode of the Monkey Paw. This is your gracious host, Kaine Walker, signing off. And I will see you all again next time. Peace.